course, with the news today, I wanted to address the ongoing development with the scandal surrounding the Prime Minister's office. Justin Trudeau's ethical lapses and his handling of this latest scandal has thrown his government into chaos. If it wasn't obvious before, Ms. Wilson-Raybould's resignation makes it crystal clear that Justin Trudeau is trying to hide the truth with regards to the SNC-Lavalin affair. Yesterday, he tried to reassure Canadians that nothing unethical took place. In fact, he said that Ms. Wilson-Raybould's presence in Cabinet should speak for itself. Well, given now how that has changed, we can only conclude otherwise. We respect Ms. Wilson-Raybould's decision to resign from Cabinet on principle, and her decision to seek legal counsel on if she is able to speak out. Again, I call on Justin Trudeau, in the strongest possible terms, to waive any solicitor-client privilege he believes he may have in this case, so that Ms. Wilson-Raybould can speak. The longer he refuses to do this, the more guilty he appears to Canadians. I also repeat my call on the 5 Liberal members of the Justice Committee to do the right thing tomorrow when they vote on whether or not to allow the committee to proceed with this investigation. Anthony Housefather, Randy Boissonnault, Ali Aissassi, Colin Fraser, and Ron McKinnon all have the power to assure that Canadians get answers in this affair. In the meantime, I've asked Mr. Trudeau to preserve all documents relating to the SNC-Lavalin affair. With his government in chaos and cabinet changes imminent, he must take steps to protect this information from being altered or destroyed. As I've said before, Conservatives are keeping all options on the table to hold Justin Trudeau to account over this issue. Aujourd'hui, c'est clair que les manquements à l'éthique de Justin Trudeau et sa gestion de ce dernier scandale ont plongé son gouvernement dans le chaos. Si ça n'était pas évident auparavant, la démission de Mme Wilson-Raybould indique très clairement que Justin Trudeau tente de cacher la vérité dans l'affaire SNC-Lavalin. Hier, il a tenté de convaincre les Canadiens qu'il n'y avait pas eu de conduite non éthique. Il a dit que la présence de Mme Wilson-Raybould au cabinet devrait parler elle-même. Comme les choses ont changé, nous ne pouvons que conclure autre chose. Nous respectons la décision de Mme Wilson-Raybould de démissionner du cabinet et sa décision d'avoir recours à un avocat si elle décide de parler. Encore une fois, je presse Justin Trudeau, dans les termes les plus fermes possibles, de lever le secret avocat-client pour que Mme Wilson-Raybould puisse parler. Plus longtemps il va refuser de le faire, plus il va avoir l'air coupable aux yeux des Canadiens. De plus, je presse les 5 députés libéraux du Comité de la justice d'agir comme il se doit demain quand ils vont voter sur l'enquête du comité. Anthony Housefather, Randy Boissonnault, Ali Aissassi, Colin Fraser et Ron McKinnon ont le pouvoir de faire en sorte que les Canadiens obtiennent les réponses qu'ils méritent sur cette question. Entre-temps, j'ai demandé à M. Trudeau de conserver tous les documents relatifs à l'affaire SNC-Lavalin. Avec son gouvernement en plein chaos et des changements imminents au cabinet, il doit agir afin d'empêcher que cette information soit modifiée ou détruite. Comme je l'ai déjà dit, les conservateurs vont laisser toutes les options sur la table pour demander des comptes à Justin Trudeau sur cette affaire. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Happy to answer your questions.
2 questions, Mr. Scheer. Should the Prime Minister be called to testify at the committee?
Absolutely. He has a responsibility to answer these questions directly in a manner where parliamentarians can hold him to account for his actions and for the actions of people in his office.
Given the resignation, how would you characterize the Prime Minister's comments about her in Cabinet yesterday?
Well, I mean, those words speak for themselves. You know, yesterday he said that her presence speaks for itself. Well, today her resignation speaks for itself. Clearly, there's something more than what he has been forthcoming with. Canadians have a right to know the truth on this. And for days now, the Prime Minister's message has changed. And he's been absolutely trying to keep something hidden. It's clear now that there's more to this story. He's tried to just assure Canadians by giving them his word. We prefer to have answers in full view at this parliamentary committee. Well, it's clear that there is more to this story than what Justin Trudeau is asking Canadians to believe. For days now, he is asking us to take his word that nothing has happened, and now we clearly see by these actions that there's a different versions of events. He should have been forthcoming immediately. He should have waived his attorney, whatever privilege he thinks he has. The only conclusion we can draw from this is that there is more to the story, that someone is not being fully transparent and fully truthful.
And how concerned should Canadians be that our justice system hasn't tampered with?
Well, this is of utmost importance. This is really the critical point here. Justin Trudeau has allowed Canadians' confidence in our justice system to deteriorate as this scandal goes on. We currently have a message to our allies around the world. We're involved in a very difficult situation with China, and our message has been that we have an independent, arm's length judicial process that is allowed to operate free from interference. The idea that elected officials, that politicians, either in the Prime Minister's office or in government departments, were exerting pressure and influence to change an outcome in a criminal proceeding strikes at the very core of our rule of law and our democratic institutions and the independence of our justice system. That's why this issue is so important, and it's essential that Canadians receive answers from this immediately in full view of the public.
The Liberal chair of the Justice Committee says he thinks that he can investigate the goings-on, but needs to avoid getting bogged down in partisanship. Can that be done, and what can your MPs do to make sure that happens?
We are going to continue to do what we have been doing since the day the scandal broke, and that is ask questions, find out if we can get answers to very simple questions. You know, we started off by just asking what the nature of the meetings between SNC-Lavalin and the Prime Minister's office were. They refused to answer even those simple questions. So I have full confidence in the Justice Committee. I have full confidence in members of Parliament on that committee to treat this situation with the gravity that it deserves. But it's essential that is allowed to happen. And we've been hearing mixed messages from the Liberals for the past few days about whether or not they'll allow the committee to proceed, whether or not they'll shut this down and attempt to move this behind closed doors. So I repeat my call today for the Liberal members on committee to do the right thing, to ensure that Canadians can have answers on this growing scandal immediately and in full view of the public.
Have you reached out to SNC yourself, or anybody in your party?
Reached out? No.
And have you, what do you see as the reason why the minister stepped down?
Well, of course, at this point, because we have the Prime Minister refusing to answer these types of questions, we can only speculate. But something is clear. You don't have 50 meetings with government officials, 14 of which touched on the subjects of law, justice and law enforcement, without obviously something being asked of the government. I mean, and then to have officials and then to have these reports that pressure or influence was exerted on the former Attorney General, something that is completely inappropriate, all with the goal of achieving a better deal or a special deal for a company that's facing criminal investigations. That is outrageous, and that is why this needs to be dealt with immediately and in full view of the public.
Do you think the situation is going to be good for your upcoming campaign?
You know what? We're not looking at this in terms of partisanship. We're not looking at this. This is a matter of a fundamental principle of our democracy and our justice system. All Canadians of all political stripes need to be concerned about this. And Justin Trudeau has really let Canadians down. He's let members of his own party down. He's let his own caucus down. He's let down Canadians with his refusal to treat this issue seriously and with full transparency immediately.